My name is Lisa Marino Dickinson, and most of you know me as the president and founder for stopCAIDNow. I coined CAID to stand for Childhood Autoinflammatory Diseases because my son was diagnosed with a very rare and genetic disease. Instead of focusing on Brody's disease, I focused on the mechanism of bad inflammation, knowing that I could save him and other children and adults who are suffering with an autoinflammatory disease. My goal was to have a cure in 5 years. We're at 4.5 years and we have the cure, but we need your help. I can speak to you medically and tell you the significance of what we have, but you can find that on my website at www.stopCAIDNow.org. I'm going to speak to you as a mom who has watched both of her children suffer. Some people are very uncomfortable with that word suffering, but until you hear cries and screams from your children who are in pain, then you know that there's no other word to describe it. I wrote something that I want to share, and it's a little lengthy, but it comes from my heart. I wrote, Have you ever held your child while they were in excruciating pain and not be able to help them? Have you ever been told by the doctors that they don't know what disease your child has and you need to wait? Have you ever been told that we don't know the prognosis of your child? Have you ever watched your child as an infant being held down by 4 nurses to inject them? Have you ever put a mask over your child's face and watched the tears come out of their eyes? Have you ever watched your son collapse from leg pains and have to carry him, even at the age of 9 years old? Have you ever watched your child as they watch other children play sports and know that they want to get on that field? Have you ever decorated your son's room with the sports theme they wanted and know that they may never be on a team? Have you ever watched your child be bullied because they have to wear a mask in public to protect their immune system and have others point and question? Have you ever had to inject your child with off-label drugs, not truly knowing what they're going to do to them in the long run? Have you ever held your child as he has hours to 3-hour-long pain meltdowns? Have you ever heard your child cry because Santa Claus did not bring the cure? Have you ever heard your child say he was going to be an angel in the sky soon? Have you ever watched your child flush his own IV to his effusions at the age of 2? Have you ever held your child in the hospital and have doctors look up the disease on the website and foundation that you created? Have you ever had to push doors to get your child help? Have you ever saw a doctor look in your eyes and say, sorry, but don't give up? Have you ever been told by a doctor it's the worst pain they ever saw a baby in? Have you ever watched 2 brothers, your sons, hold each other even tighter because they know the physical pain they each feel? Have you ever heard your son ask if your brother was going to die? Have you ever heard your son ask if he will go blind? Have you ever watched your child help others be okay with getting IVs? Have you ever had your child touch your nose as they were going through an MRI and say, I love you more than anything in this world? Have you ever heard your son scream in pain for you, but you couldn't touch him or hold him because he was in too much pain? Have you ever watched a bond between brothers that warm your heart? Have you ever watched your son suffer, yet want to give to others? Have you ever danced and sang with your children just because? Have you ever watched the light in your kids' eyes when you told them that the cure is coming? Have you ever known what truly living in the moment means? Have you ever witnessed a love that was so pure, so unconditional, and so true? Have you ever had your son sing, I want to grow old with you? Have you ever known angels that are teaching the world? Well, I have. May you never judge someone's journey by your perspective, because until you've been in their shoes, do you know what they've really been going through? We've had very many hard moments, but we know love, we know the gift of life, we know our blessings. But we do need your help. We need you to help us bring the cure home for the holidays. I'm not alone in this journey. There are many children suffering. There are many people suffering with autoinflammatory diseases. If it's $1, it's enough. Because if everybody comes together, we can bring it home. Please text 41444 and in the message, CAID. Thank you.